Okay, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more Pokemon TCG Live. We're here again during this era of Destined Rivals, and yeah, super excited for this episode. We are going to start making some decks. So I talked about in the past about wanting to make decks and getting our battling really going, and I think we're kind of at a point where we can start making some decks. I was looking and we're still lacking a lot of cards that would be great to have, but nonetheless, let's just go into it. You know, why not? I want to make a water deck, mainly because a lot of the really cool Pokemon coming out in Destined Rivals is going to be fire Pokemon. You saw that in our last episode when we fought that deck that was based off of all of Ethan's Pokemon, and a lot of those are fire. You got Ho-Oh, you've got the Mecargo, I think it was, that were doing a lot of damage, and so if we can counter that, that would be awesome. Also, water Pokemon are really cool, and you kind of get a lot of them, I've noticed. At least in real life, I tend to have a lot more water and like psychic Pokemon than a lot of the other types, which is interesting. But here we go. As I mentioned before, I kind of wanted to build a deck based off of Wailord. But when I was looking at this, we don't have any Wailmer, which is tragic. I don't know how we haven't gotten any Wailmer at this point, but we'll keep opening packs and we'll get a Wailmer eventually. But for now, we've got to do something else, and I think we're going to play around with good old Chien-Pao here, Chien-Pao EX. This Hailblade attack is pretty interesting, because you may discard any amount of water energy for your Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So that can be pretty good if we have a way to get energies onto our Pokemon. And lucky us, we just pulled an interesting card where we look at the top 20 cards of your deck and attach any number of energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. So yeah, pretty insane right there if we can combo the two. I've also played around with kind of focusing on this festival grounds stadium, because that can go crazy with the Seeking and the Goldeen, but we'll see about that. And then one other thing, I think in the future, I probably won't be building decks on camera with you guys. I'll probably just build them off camera and then show you what I've come up with in the episode. But for this one, I kind of want to explain just how it works, just in case some of you aren't familiar, or if you're just kind of interested in that and haven't done it really yourself. So basically with deck building, as far as I understand, there's only 3 real rules to it. 1, you need to have a basic Pokemon, at least one basic Pokemon, because you can't just straight up play stage 2, stage 1 Pokemon unless they're special. But especially for the start of the game, you have to have at least one basic Pokemon. Usually you're going to have a lot more than that. Second, you have to have exactly 60 cards. You'll see right here 0 out of 60. That's pretty important. The third one is that you can't have more than 4 of the same Pokemon on your deck, and that goes by the name. So Citadel, or where's a good example? Let me scroll. Going. Lotad, Lombre, Mentike, Real. Interesting. Okay, here we go. So Quaxley, look, we have 3 different types of Quaxley cards. However, they all have the same name. So even though I have 4 of these, I can't put, 4 of this guy, and then 1, and then 2 of these guys. I can only have 4 total of their name. And so that's pretty important. So those are kind of the 3 rules to building the deck. So yeah, let's get started then on doing this. So we're going to put in all of our Chien-Pao. So put in 2 of those guys, and we're going to put in Lapras. There's no real limit or anything to how many actual Pokemon you can put, but usually I found a good balance is like 10 to 15 Pokemon in your deck. I don't know if that's actually a good balance or not, but I like it. Then I'm also going to put in, I really like Delibird, you have this double draw attack, which lets you draw 2 cards. It might not be very worth it in this day and age of super fast, high damage, quick attacks. You might not be able to get that, and you might just want to depend on your trainers to draw cards. So I'm wondering whether I actually want to do that. And so, but before we decide on that, I do definitely want to put in these Glaceons. I think the Permeating Chill is a really good attack. I'm gonna put 2 in, I think. Don't know if that's a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyways. And then I'm gonna put in, so since we have Glaceon, we need to put in its little Eevee, what it evolves from. So let's turn off the filter for water and let's add on normal. And also I'm gonna put in Psychic and you'll see why. Oh, let's get out of that. Oh, interesting. So what do they go by? It looks like, I think it's alphabetical based on the basic Pokemon. So if we're looking for Eevee, let's go down to E, and yeah, here's Eevee. And we only have 1 Eevee. I didn't actually know that. That's crazy. We have an Eevee EX. I don't want that really. Interesting. Okay. That's kind of hard. You usually want as many, sometimes even more of the basic Pokemon if you're going to use an evolution. So that's kind of iffy. Do I take a Glaceon out? Do I keep it in until I get another Eevee? Let's see what else we are going to put in and go to that point. So with that, I also want to put in the, what are they called? Latios or Latios? I forget. Let's go to L. So we're M, there's Lugia, Latios. There we are. So we want to put in our Latios EX. Add both of these guys. Oh. Why is there an exclamation point here? Not owned in deck. Oh, I see. Oh, interesting. Can I just straight up buy them? It looks like I can. So maybe I buy... Well, that makes me rethink my whole strategy. Maybe I buy some Whalmers and actually work on that. Oh, or maybe I do both actually. Oh, that changes things. So yeah, it was a different art style. That's why it said I had 2, but I had to check on the art styles here. So yeah, I have 2 in my deck of the Latios. This one because we want the Skyliner, where our basic Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. So that's good for like the Chinpao and the Lapras and the Latios. Nice to have in. And then I think we will, so this Lapras requires the Psychic Energy. And I think we will put enough on that just in case we can use this attack, honestly. I don't know if it will ever be useful enough to have that, but we'll see. Then with that, let me add in another Eevee, at least 1, and let's exchange. Yeah, so it looks like I can just buy it with whatever these tokens are. I think we get these from, let's see. So we get it if we have a max number of cards, so that's 4 cards, and get an extra copy. Then we get some of those trade credits. Let's see. Okay, also in achieving new tiers in the battle pass and leveling up. Okay, so that's how we get these, and we can exchange that for pretty much any card we want, it looks like. Oh, what is this? You can use this, search 3 deck. Yeah, some of the bird cards we got, this Bombardier EX, and there was a Squawkabilly. Let me actually look at that. There's some good ones. Ooh, and I kind of... Pidgeot has a really nice ability here. We might also want to put in the Pheasantipity EX. Is that what it is? I'm not sure. Okay, but let's look for... We are looking for Squawkabilly. There he is. Squawkabilly EX. Once during your first turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6 cards. Okay, that's not as great as I thought, but let's see. Attach up to 2 basic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. That's pretty nice, especially for what we're doing. I might put one of these guys in. It might be useful to have. Let's just mess around and do it. I haven't seen anyone use it, so it's probably not great. But we're gonna do it anyways. And then yeah, very interesting. So let's look real quick just to see some of these other EX abilities. Basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another one. Happy Switch isn't that bad. I kind of like that. Cyclizar is one I was thinking of because both of these are pretty good attacks, but I don't think I want to put that many different energies in my deck. We're already at kind of a mix and match energy type with the Lapras EX, and so I don't know if I want that. Let's add these Clefas, draw until you have 7 cards. That can be good. We probably will take them out eventually. I'm just gonna throw it in there. And we're up to 12 Pokemon, so that's already pretty high. Let me go over here to grass as well. Just for, what is his name? Budu, I think. We probably passed him already. Oh, it looks like we don't have a Budu yet. Could have. Oh wait, no, that's a Eleanor PQ Butterfree. No, it looks like we're not at. I don't think we have a Budu. Okay, so then I really want it. It's actually really good. So let's show all cards. And then let's find the Budu. No, still in A's. Let's see, Blipbug, okay. We're at the B's. Almost there. Okay, here are the Badus. This guy's crazy. Yeah, let's buy 2 of these. Exchange, absolutely, we'll confirm that. Okay, and then last thing I want to do, let's get some Wailmers. I'm going down to the bottom. We have a few Wailords. Where are these guys? And no Wailmers, which is crazy. So let's add 2 of these guys into the deck. Confirm that exchange. And then add our 2. Oh, what in the world? Why is Serena a water type? Okay, Icicle Soul, why is that insane? What in the world? Put damage counters until its remaining HP is 30? That is insane. Okay, anyways, we might just want to do that instead. But let's run with this. This is what we said we were going to do, so let's do it. Oh, like I said, let's put the Wailords in. Right there. Add the 2 that we have. Oh, I thought we had 2. Oh, what? Are they different? Oh, one of them is like a foil and the other is a different type of foil. Or hollow, I guess. And reverse hollow. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. We've got, I think, a few too many cards for Pokemon. And so I think we might take out... Let's take out the Clefas, like I said we would probably do. They're just nice. We're going to keep the Budu. Budu is good. Squawkabilly, we might take out Squawkabilly, but let's keep him in for now. Now, with that, we know what Pokemon we have, so then we want to put in some energies to match that. Fortunately, we get an infinite amount of all these basic energies. That makes it really nice. So we definitely need some Psychic and some Steel to be able to use Larimar, don't know. So I'm going to put in 2 Steel and 3 Psychic. That is probably overkill. Because of the trainers we'll have, that's probably too many. But I'm going to put it in for now, and we will take it out if we need to. And what I mean by that is we're going to have a lot of trainer cards that can draw different energies or whatnot. And so that will be super helpful to us. And especially when we're looking for that steel energy, we probably only need 1 total. But just in case, what if it gets as a prize card? What if it gets in, discarded for whatever reason? So because of that, we're going to put in 2 steel energies and 3 basic Psychic. I was just going to do 2, but I want an extra just in case we want to use our Latias attack, if that happens to be the only thing we have. Then I think we're going to put in a bunch of these water energies. And yeah, energies I usually do, it really depends just on the Pokemon you have. The cost of the attacks, the kind of ways they interact with energies. Do some of them draw energies? Do some of them get them back from the discard pile? That can definitely change how many energies you need in your deck. Since we're going to be discarding a lot of them to attack, I kind of want to go overkill and put like 20 in here total. So maybe like 15 water, but I think that's just going to be too insane. So I think we're going to start at 10. I have no idea. I think 10 will be fine. I don't know. We might need more. But then let me look through the trainers real quick and I'll get back to you on what we decide to put in. Okay, and we're back. And these are the trainers we decided on. I'm not sure about them yet, but the fun thing is we get to experiment and see what happens. So first off, we have Artazon, where during our turn, if we want to, we can search for basic Pokemon. So that'll help us get our Eevee or our Wailmore or our Budew if we need it. It doesn't help us get any of the EX. It doesn't work for people with rule boxes. And then Arven. Arven is good. You look for a tool card and an item card. That's sweet. We got 2 of those, which works because we have 2 items, which are EXP shares. Which, when the active Pokemon is knocked out by damage, you may move a basic energy from that Pokemon to the Pokemon this card is attached to. This will be nice because energy is a big part of our deck. In addition, we have Boss's Orders, just a nice one to have, switching one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. Helps you manipulate things a little more. And then another Stadium. Whenever any player attaches an energy from their hand to one of their non-water Pokemon, I guess one of their basic non-water Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. I think that'll just be helpful since, we have a lot of water Pokemon. That's kind of our deal. And then Cyrano lets us look for up to 3 Pokemon EX. And yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's kind of why I put 2 of these guys in there. We might only need 1. And then I have 2 Earthen Vessels, which lets us look for 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, and put them in our hand. We have 4 Energy Recyclers, which shuffles 5 basic energy cards from the discard pile into your deck. This will be really nice because let's say we have Latias, Lapras, and Chien-Pao. Then, we have Lapras in, use the Levitate rule to search for 20 cards. We use this guy to attack, discard them. Then we use this to put the discarded energies back in, switch back out to Lapras, and we can switch back and forth easily because of Skyliner. Now I am seeing... this is a hard one. I might take out Squawkabilly and add in 1 more Lapras. I think I will. I really like Motivate is just so good, but it doesn't do enough damage, and he doesn't have enough health to lose 2 prize cards to have this guy because he's an EX. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to add in 1 more, which is going to cost us 600. We're down to 2,800. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I think that's better because otherwise we definitely need to put in something to get things from our prize cards or like a revive, but we'll see. So yeah, we have 4 of those, and then we have 1 Energy Search Pro, which lets us search for any number of basic energy cards from different types, reveal them, put them in your hand. I'm actually going back and forth between that one and this Max Rod, which lets us put any combination of Pokemon basic energy cards from the discard pile into our hand. That one, I go back and forth. We'll see how easily we get our energy from our deck. If we're getting them good from the deck, then we'll throw in the Max Rod to get it from our discard pile. And then we have more to get things from the discard pile, this energy retrieval. This one puts it into our hand though, while the recycler puts it into the deck, which both have their pros and cons. Then the EXP share, like I've shown, 3 Nest Balls to get our basic Pokemon onto our bench, 3 Ultra Balls. We might only need like 2. we'll see. And then Iono and Professor's Research are always good. Iono lets you shuffle each other's decks, or I guess hands, into your deck, and then draw as many prize cards. So this is good if we're kind of down on our luck and our opponent has a lot of cards. This will be really great. And then Professor's Research, if we have a bad hand, then let's do this. And we get to draw 7 more cards from discarding our hand. So I think that's gonna do it for this deck. So let's try it out.